Alright, so now we're at the second heat. And the first race of this second heat is Edge of the Earth in New York City. And so now we got our brand new car after performing so damn well in the first batches of races. And our max speed is up 18 plus miles per hour. So we got a brand new car. Magire, I think that's pronounced. Probably butchering that royally, but that's pretty much our brand new car after performing so damn well. And so we're gonna keep this on auto and keep it moving like that. We got the best car we could out of this time to match your great driving skills. Actually, all the hard work was done by Donald and his staff. Besides, they won't even listen to my suggestions. What? What? Are you serious? What do you think about this? I don't think this is a good working relationship. Oh, sorry. I'm complaining now. Forget about what I just said. The second heat is coming up. According to Donald, the other teams have new cars as well. The races ahead will be challenging. I know it's going to be difficult, but good luck. Okay, so I want to say something real quick about this because this is something that I realized when I first played this and when I originally was going to record this. So I did well in the previous races, which gives me like one of the best cars. And when I start these next batches of races, they're going to have just as good looking cars as I will have, which is weird because if I didn't do as well in the previous races, then they should have well, how about this? If I did so well in the previous races and they didn't, then I should have better cars and they should have some of the so-so cars because their cars didn't make, what they needed to do and they didn't perform as well. But it's almost like they did that to kind of give me sort of like a fighting chance to showcase like, okay, like I can match up with them, like it's gonna get tougher and tougher. But obviously in reality, I should have better cars and they should have whacker cars because of how good I did. Now if I wasn't doing as well, then I probably wouldn't have the best cars. But with how they did it, it's almost like they ended up, I felt like it would have been a bit handicapped if I would have kind of did something like that. I would have a better car and they don't have a good car. But then if I would do bad, if I would have done bad, their cars wouldn't change at all. So it was just kind of weird to me. I don't know why. It just feels like in reality, I should have better cars. It's almost like me just kind of like trying to have more of a challenge on my hands when I get to later difficulties. So it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get why they did that because they wanted to make it fair. Because it wouldn't be fair if I have a super fast car and they don't have cars that'll keep up with my speed if I'm performing well. Which is why I brought up the whole thing about how good you do in these races is going to depend on what type of car you get. Especially like in the later races if you do well with like the lap times. And that's why I said I was trying to beat my previous lap time so I can get a good car. But I don't know. It's just something that I just thought about that was just kind of weird to me. But it is what it is. And so, with me talking, let's try to get started with Edge of the Earth in New York City.
Real Racing Roots 99 in Edge of the Earth. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so we're now on Edge of the Earth. And again, this time we now have to reach second place or higher in order to, get the best looking car. And again, oh man, I love this track right here. Like, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like I'm doing some speed racer shit. Like, I don't know why. That or Initial D. That was my fault. I didn't do that turn. But I can make it up in the next lap. So, I'm just gonna keep pushing it and pushing it. Yeah, I actually want to go back a little bit with the soundtrack. Like, songs like this is just why I love this soundtrack, because it can get you energetic, it can get you, like, in the mood of, like, okay, just to chill and relax, and just to feel like you're in that heat of the moment with you trying to, you know, win this whole entire Grand Prix and win these races. So, I think it's just, like, man, this is, like, really, really something right here. Because eventually, I do want to buy the soundtrack, like, officially. Like, I don't want to, like, grab it online and just, like, you know, get it that way. Like, I really do want to, like, buy this. Because it's just so damn good. And I definitely would recommend for anybody who also are, like, you know, racing fans of, like, the racing genre and just music like this. Like, it is really, really good. Most definitely. But now we're in third place, so far so good. And you're also going to tell that some of these tracks that we do later on are tracks that are sort of like the same tracks that we've gone through before, but it's just that, like, you know, it's just named differently. Because you're going to see a couple of tracks that are kind of like not the same. Different routes are different. Because I'm trying to think. I don't think the first one. And I don't even think now that I think about it, I don't think the first I don't think the first race that you do in the first heat is duplicated from anything. I don't think so. I think all the rest of the tracks that we go on are just like sort of similar to later ones down the road, I believe. In the last one too, because the last one is just a straight circle of you just trying to kind of like zip by your opponents. But you'll know what I'm talking about once we do that one. Woo! Glad I hit that corner. So far, so good. I think I can beat my previous time. I believe so. As long as I don't hit no corners, I should be good. Yep. I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm killing it. I think I'm greedy. I don't know. That was very close. Did I beat it? No, I didn't beat it. Wow, look how many seconds I had left in that. That was very close. That was very, very close. Between lap 2 and lap 3. That is crazy. But we got first place. That's all that matters. That was great. It looks like your new car paid off. Your cornering around those turns was incredible. Even I know the difference between good and bad cornering. Actually, I had Donald teach me about racing. What's wrong? Oh, I just wanted to understand what I've gotten myself into. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We'll be able to move on to the final GP if we win the next race. Let's work together to get there. Yep, let's definitely do. Teamwork makes the dream work. And so we're heading to the next race in Out of Blue in Yokohama. Yokohama, right? Yokohama. Sorry if I'm butchering that, because I looked past it and it was just like, ah. But anyway, let's get started with the next race.
29 in, out of blue. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so now we're at out of blue. And yeah, this track in particular is the in-between, the middle of between this and going on to the final GP, especially if you want to get a good ass fucking like time. And I will say this, but this track in particular, like, it has a tight turn that I'm not a fan of, that I have like a very, very hard time trying to get past, and it's this one right here, like that one. The only reason why I got that because I slowed down and I really made sure to kind of like catch my timing. But like, man, later difficulty is really, really like, it's really a bitch, especially when you jump into that normal difficulty, because you really, really got to, shit, I gotta get past this car, my own fucking teammate. Like, you really gotta make sure you are like really got your turns down to a T. That's why I also suggest play the easy difficulty, just to get an idea. Please play the easy difficulty to know that, okay, this is what I need to do when I do my turns, whether I'm doing grip, whether I'm doing drift, just to master the vehicle and master the way how you gotta like make those turns. So that's what I would recommend for anybody that would want to kind of like get into this. So please try the easy difficulty to get a better understanding on what to do. Don't try expert. That's the only thing I'm not going to suggest. Do not try expert, because expert, you will get fucking destroyed if you don't know what you're doing. And so far, now we're in second place. Now we just got to get past the Italian driver from the Italian team. And now we got first. Oh shit. Fuck. He got past me. And we got to take that shit back. But we'll get past it. It's not too much of a big deal. Yep, just like that. Yep, excellent. Like, lead y'all on. Isn't that what he says? Excellent? Yeah. Alright, so final lap. This should be a breeze. Again, we're playing on the lowest difficulty. We're in first place. We're pretty much good to go. And we're cooking. And again, like I said, later difficulties, make sure you know when to make those turns, because when you get to this corner right here, you really gotta know when to make that turn. And I kind of knew how to do that because I really kind of like slowed myself down to make sure, like, alright, let me ease up on it. Don't get too close to the wall and try to do those crazy turns, because that's a risk or reward type deal. You don't want to do that. And if you do that, you might end up losing like the original place that you were in, like I did earlier, because I was in first and then I slightly moved back into second, but I ended up taking it back. But you don't want to do anything like that, so just be careful when doing that. Can I beat my previous time? Yep, I did beat my previous time. Yeah, feeling pretty good about this. Yep, and we qualified. First place, congratulations. I'm really glad we did that. It was so close in that last one with the timer, because I was like, damn it! It was so crazy that I didn't get that one on the last race we did. But again, it's all good. Two first place finishes in the second heat? That's simply incredible. By the way, can I share my dream with you? I want to win. Marriage? I don't care about that. But yeah, it seems like she doesn't really stories about that. Okay, probably I'm exaggerating. At any rate, I just remembered a promise I made that's more important. When I was young, I made a promise to my grandfather. I promised him I would someday follow his footsteps to bring back the victory trophy. Aww, that's very sweet. She made a promise to her grandfather that she wanted to bring back the gold just for him. And now, we finally reached the final Grand Prix. Only the chosen few go there to battle each other for victory. Will you make my dream come true? We most definitely will. And that is my first time actually seeing that dialogue. And again, how good you do in these races changes the dialogue on certain aspects of these races once you get done with it. So this is very interesting. Again, you see more motivation and ideas of what the person of whoever's the manager and stuff are saying, because you see what they want, you see where they're going, you see their backstory. And this is what I also appreciate with just the characters that we're seeing, is that you know what they want depending on how good you do. So yeah, it was pretty cool just seeing that right now. And so we ended up finishing out the second heat. Now we're ended up going to the last final races, and when we come back, we will definitely be doing these last races and trying to win the whole damn thing in easy mode. So I'll see you guys then.